Shalom. Thanks for tuning into our Hebrew lesson 6, and this is a virtual lesson that I'm recording just via my screen here and uploading to YouTube. So I wanted to make sure I get at least 7 lessons in. So this is the 6th lesson of Beginner's Hebrew, and then we'll do lesson 7 in person. That'll be the final lesson, and you guys will be done with Beginner's Hebrew. So anyways, this is just kind of the interim period where we're not meeting in person, but I still wanted to have something out there for you to look over and kind of challenge you and help you grow in your knowledge of Hebrew. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and start by reciting the biblical Hebrew alphabet. In Hebrew, this is called the Aleph Bet, and we read it right to left. As you can see, these have the names of each letter under them. So it's a little bit easier for you. What I'm going to do is we're going to read through this twice, and then we'll go to one that does not have the names of each letter under it, and make sure that you're familiar with just what the actual letter looks like in its name, okay? So here we go, right to left. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ein, Pei, Tzadi, Kuf, Reish, Shin, Tav. Okay, so going back here, Aleph is usually silent. It takes on the sound of whatever vowel it's being assigned. Beit can have a B as in boy or a V as in victor. Okay, so it can have that depending on whether or not there's a dot in there, there's a plug, okay? A Gimel is always a G sound, okay? Like Gabriel. This is a Dalet, and Dalet is always a D sound. Hey is typically always a H sound, like a H. A Vav, there can be 3 different types of Vavs. This is just the simplest of Vavs. It just makes a V as in Victor, but it can also, if there's a, we call it the little dot up here, he's catching a ball above his head, he's saying oh, oh. If he's catching the dot down here in his belly, he's saying ooh, ooh, as in U, okay? Kind of a U sound. This is a Zayin. Zayin always makes a Z sound. Chet is a guttural kind of okay? So like Baruch. A Tet always makes a T sound. Yud always makes a Y sound, like a yellow, okay? And Kaf always makes a cough sound, which I'm really familiar with now because, as you recall, I am sick. You can probably hear it in my voice. So I've been doing a lot of coughing. So this is a Lamed. A Lamed always makes a L sound, L. It's the only letter that stands above all the other letters, okay? This is a Mim. This is a Nun. A Nun always makes a N sound, like Noah. This is a Samech. Samech always makes an S sound, a soft S, like a s, okay, like a snake. This is an Ein. Ein is typically silent, and it takes on the sound of the vowels that it has been given. This is a Pei, can also be pronounced as a Fe, okay, like Paro, or also at the end of the biblical character named Yosef, we see a final Pei. Okay, in the final form of Pei, this bottom bar just kind of drops out like a trapdoor and it's straight down, okay? And Yosef, or also Paro for Pharaoh. This is a Sadi, and a Sadi is always pronounced with a TZ sound, like tsit, okay? This is also used, this is the first letter of the word Tzion, okay? Like Mount Zion, Har Tzion. This is a picture of someone kneeling down and praying. He's in prayer, he's a Tzaddik. Okay, he's a righteous one. Excuse me. This is a Kuf. It typically makes a K sound, a K, okay? This is a Reish. We said Reish is typically said in the back of your throat. Reish, alright? But it typically makes like it's very similar to an R sound, okay? Like Rutledge. It's very similar to that. It's like a backwards R. Okay, this is a Sheen, like El Shaddai. We vary based on, if the dot is over on the right, it's a SH, If the dot is over on the left, it's a softer S as in snake. Okay? And this is a tav. Tav. Tav always makes a T sound. Okay? Let's go through it one more time here. We'll recite this. Aleph, Beit, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ein, Pei, Sadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tav. Okay? Now we're going to switch over to one that does not have our cheat words under it. Okay? Here's one that just is the straight letters. Okay? So here we go, top right corner. We're going to work our way across. Aleph, Beit, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ein, Pei, Tzadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tav. And I like this font a little bit better because this is more what you would see like in a Torah scroll or biblical text, for instance. You would typically see a font that's very similar to this font right here. Okay? There's a lot of different fonts out there, just like in the Hebrew or in the English language. Okay, the next thing I want to take you guys over to do is go to Google Chrome here. I wanted to show you guys a really neat resource that I use in my Hebrew study. And this is it right here, this website called Sefaria.org. Okay, Sefaria.org. You see how I'm highlighting it up here? Sefaria.org. And it's a really great website. It's a living library of Jewish texts. We'll explore 3,000 years of Jewish texts in Hebrew and English translation. All right. So what you do is click on Get Started, and you can come over here to the menu bar, and you see this is the Sefaria library. So you can click on Tanakh. Yours won't have this because you haven't been here before. You won't have a recent, section here. You'll just have the Browse section. So what I do is I would click on Tanakh. But if you notice, before you do that, they have everything Mishnah, Talmud, Midrash, Halacha, Kabbalah, liturgy, philosophy, and more. These are all commentaries on the Tanakh, okay? So here's the Tanakh. This is what we would call the Old Testament or the Hebrew Scriptures. The Mishnah is this is a oral tradition that has been written down that dates back to the time of Yeshua, even predates the time of Yeshua. Very fascinating read if you have the time to read the Mishnah. So this is the commentary on this. This Talmud is also called the Gemara. And the Gemara is the commentary on this. Okay, so Mishnah is the commentary on Tanakh. Talmud is the commentary on Mishnah. Alright, I know it's a little bit confusing. So, you want to master the Tanakh first and the Hebrew in the Tanakh, because the Hebrew in the Tanakh is a little bit different than the Hebrew in the Mishnah. The Hebrew in the Mishnah is a little bit different than the Hebrew in the Talmud. Just different grammatical syntax, and they employ different methods of writing. So let's jump into the Tanakh here. And you see we have all the books of the Tanakh written out here. We have the Torah, the prophets, and the writings. Okay, Torah, and we have the Nevi'im, and then we have the Ketuvim, okay? And then this is the Targum. The Targum is a translation of the Tanakh into Aramaic. It's very fascinating. It's one of the first, if not the very first translation ever of the Bible, okay? And it's actually translated into Aramaic. So the Aramaic Targum is a very fascinating read. I highly encourage you, if you want to see, it's kind of like the Message Bible in Aramaic. It's kind of like what were the sages thinking in the first century when they translated this into the Targum. Very fascinating, but we're not going to go there today. Instead, we're going to go to Exodus, the book of Shemot, okay? And I wanted to show you this because this is a very good font, first of all. I like this font, and I don't see the vowels, though, unfortunately. We were talking about vowels, and I want to find some with vowels. It's really odd because yesterday these did have the vowels. So this is good that you can see me figuring this out here. I'm trying to figure out how we can get the vowels back in here. There they are. For some reason they reappeared. You see the vowel points and everything. Okay, so we're in Exodus chapter 1. And we're going to do a little bit of reading here. Just read through some of Exodus chapter 1. You see the name of this book is called Shemot. Shemot. There's no vowel signs there because they just chose not to put them there. But this is a Shin, a Mem, a Vav, and then a Tav, okay? Now, this says Shemot, but right here, this Shin and this Mem, that is a word. And that word is Shem. And we say this in the Shema, Baruch Shem Kevod. And Shem means name. And you put this O-T ending at the end, or Vav, Tav ending at the end here, that pluralizes that word. So this book is named names, okay? Names. This word means names. All right, let's jump into this and we'll see why it's named that, all right? So I'm going to take you really slowly through here because you're learning the vowel points. And actually, before we jump into this, let's go over to our Hebrew vowel chart and let's review our Hebrew vowels real quick. Okay, we've got a Vav Cholam. Vav Cholam, it says bo, okay? So this right here would say bo. See, he's catching the ball above his head. So it's going to say bo, okay? This is a Shuruk. This is a Vav Shuruk. So he's saying oo. So this would say ba, oo, okay? This is a Kubutz. This would say boo, okay? So these are both the same, boo and boo, all right? Boo and boo, all right? You see little dots there, boo, okay? This one here, we have a baby mouse. We call it a chirik, and I call it the baby mouse, but it makes a little E sound, okay? So this is going to say B, okay? As in a bumblebee, B, all right? This is our first, these three make pretty much the same sound right here, all right? This is sheva, so it goes be. It makes an E sound, E, okay? This is going to say be as well. This is going to say be as well. So all these are pretty much the same sound. They are supposed to vary in their duration of that sound a little bit, but don't focus on that right now. So this is be, okay? Let's review so far. We have bo, boo, be, okay? These lines, this line here, and then this T shape here, it's called a petach, and then a kamatz. These both make a ah sound, an ah, okay? So it goes ba, okay? Let's review again. Bo, boo, be, ba, okay? Good job. I can hear you through the screen. You're doing a really good job. All right, let's try it again. Bo, boo, be, ba, okay? So let's jump back over to Safaria now and see if we can put some of this to practice, okay? So this is the Exodus 1, verse 1. And this is the very first word of the book of Exodus. And you're going to figure out here why I chose this section of scripture to study today. So here we have a Vav with a Sheva under it, okay? So that's going to make a Ve, okay? It might be good to have, actually, I wonder if we can see, yeah, look at that. We can have both pulled up here at the same time. All right. So we have a Vav with a Sheva under it. So it's going to go Ve, an Aleph with a Siri under it. So it's going to go E. Okay, see how they're both in the same family? E and E. So we have Ve, E, Le. See the Lamed makes the L sound. I'm going to go Ve, E, Le. Ve'ele. Okay? So this whole word right here, and this H is, this hey is silent. Kind of like we have silent words, silent letters, silent H's at the end of our words in English. Like Sarah. Okay? So this is going to say ve'ele. Okay? They're all three the same sounding vowels, just different duration. Okay? But I don't want you to worry about that. Ve'ele. Okay? Ve'ele, that's the first word of this passage right here, okay? Excuse me. Now let's get on to the second word. We have a sheen, see it's making an SH sound, with a sheva under it, then a mem, with no vowel. Then we have a vav with cholam, okay? So he's saying, oh, I got it, okay? And then we have a tav. Okay? Now see this little line right here? I don't want you to look at those lines, okay? There's one right here, and there's one over here, and there's one right there, okay? I don't want you to even worry about those, because what those are cantillation marks. Typically when a Torah scroll is read in a worship setting, like in a Torah service, it's typically sung. So these are like musical notes that are used to help sing the Torah, okay? And there is a melody that goes along with all of this, and it's typically sung in the synagogues because it's easier to remember if something is sung, in a song form, okay? So let's go back to our word. We have ve'ele, and we have shin, mim, vav with a cholim, and a tav. So let's put this all together. We have shem, ot, shemot. Shemot. So we have ve'ele shemot. And we see this word is the same word as this up here. This is the name of the book of Exodus. Shemot. And again, this is the word for name, shem. And this pluralizes it right here. This makes it names. So if I were to translate this, it would be something like, and these are the names. These are the names. Or more literally, it would be these are names. Okay? Let's go on to the next word. We have a bait with a shiva under it. We have a noon with a tsiri under it. And we have a yod. Okay? It's a 3-letter word. So if we sound this out, it goes be, nay, benay, okay? Which means sons. Okay? We have ve'ele shemot benay. These are the names of the sons. These are the names sons. Okay? Then let's go on to the next word here. We have a yud. Let me pull this back up here. We have a yud with a chirik under it. So it's going to go yi. Then we have a sheen. We have a seen with the dot over there. So it's going to go yis. Resh with a ah sound. The kamats. So yis, ra. An aleph with a siri under it. So yis, ra, and then a lamed. So Yisrael. Okay? Let's start over again. Ve'ele shemot b'nei Yisrael. So these are the names, the sons of Israel. Ve'ele shemot b'nei Yisrael. Okay, so we're going to get in, I think it's going to start maybe a list of names here that we're about to get into. Okay? We have a hey with a patach under it. So it's going to go ha. A bait with a kamatz. So ha, ba. And then we have an aleph with a hirig under it. So it goes ha, ba, i, yud, final mem. So ha, ba, im, habayim, which this is the word right here. This is the root word of this bigger word. This means to come or to go or to come. Okay, it means we see it as the word bow, and it's a name of a Torah portion, bow. So this word, this hey out here is saying the, and then this makes it plural. Okay, this makes it plural. So it's saying this is the goings. Okay, of these, and it's talking about something that's plural. Okay, so it must be talking about multiple people who are going. Okay, so let's go back to the very beginning. Ve'ele shemot b'nei Yisrael habaim. Okay, so these are the names of the sons of Israel who are going. They are going. Where are they going? Let's find out. Mim with a baby mouse under it, right? So it's going me, and then we have a sadi. So it's going mitz, meets, meets. Okay? Now if we see a shva like this in the middle of a word, we do not pronounce it. We do not pronounce it. So it goes meets, and we go right over to the resh, okay? So it goes meets, resh with a kamatz. So it goes meets ra, yud with a shva. So it goes meets ra, so it goes meets rai. We don't pronounce that. Mitzrai, and then a mem with a kamatz, and then a silent hey at the end. So it goes mitzrai ma. Mitzrai ma. And you see this little wishbone here? Again, that's a symbol that's used for the cantillation of this verse. It's just a musical note. Just ignore that, okay? Just ignore that little wishbone. Mitzrayma. What is Mitzrayma? Well, see this sadi, resh, and hey, that's the root word for troubles or constriction. So they're going to a place of trouble or constriction. So these are the names of the sons of Israel, ha-bayim, that are going to the place of trouble. Okay, I'll read it in Hebrew. Ve'ele shemot b'nei Yisrael, ha-ba'im mitzrayma. I'll read a little bit faster. Ve'ele shemot b'nei Yisrael, ha-ba'im mitzrayma. Okay, these are the names of the sons of Israel who are going to the place of trouble. Okay, this is an aleph with a tsiri under it, and this is a tav. So it's going to go et. Okay, and et is a word that's used to point to something, and it's about to get into the list of names. Basically, it's saying here they are. Okay, the first one. We have a yud with a patach, an ayin with a patach. Okay, so this is going to go ya, a kuf with a cholam up here. See that? Yaakov. Who is Yaakov, or what is Yaakov? Remember that's the name for Jacob. Yaakov. He's the one that grabs the heel. Okay. Then we have an aleph with a hirik under it, the baby mouse, and he says e yud, so it goes e sh, ish, which is the word for man, ish. Okay. Then we have a vav with a shuruk, so he goes u, a veit, so it makes a v sound, uv, yud, tav, and a cholam, vav with a cholam. So it goes uv yito, uv yito. And this word right here, as you can see, beit yod tav, is the word for house. Okay, so it goes the man is house. So these on either side, they make it, they are the prefix and the suffix, and I don't want to confuse you too much on this right now, but basically it's saying that this is the house of Jacob. This is the house of this man Jacob. Okay, and then we have a beit with a chamatz. So this is going ba. If there's an aleph with no vowels in it, so we're not going to say anything. So it just goes ba u. Okay, this is where they're going. This is where they went. Okay, so it's saying the house of Yaakov is going, and here's where they went, basically, or who went with them. So let me read this whole verse again for you. All right, and then we'll translate it all together. Ve'ele shemot b'nei Yisrael, haba'im mitzrayma, et Yaakov, ish u'beto ba'u. Okay, and then here's a translation for it. These are the names of the sons of Israel who came to Egypt with Yaakov, each coming with his house. All right? So let's go on to the next verse here. And this is fun because now we're just going to get into a list of names. And you know all these names. So the first one we have a resh with a sheva under it. So it's going to go re, silent aleph. The aleph doesn't have any vowels, so we're not going to pronounce it. Re, u, and then we have a bait with a e family under it. So it goes re, u, ve. And what is this right here? Is that a vav? No, it's not a vav because it hangs down lower than the rest of the letters. So that's a final noon, okay? So it goes re, u, ven, Reuven. Who is Reuven? That's the firstborn of Israel. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Shim with a baby mouse. She, mem with a shiva we're not going to pronounce because it's in the middle of a word. Shim, which is remember that's the name, that's the word for name. Shim. And then we have an ayin with a holum up here, so it goes oh, and then a final noon. See that final noon again? Shimon. So Reuven, Shimon, which means see Shem with an ayin tagged onto the end. This is the word Shema, which means to hear or understand. So that literally his name means the one who hears and understands. Okay, let's go on to the next name. Lamed with an e sound, le, a vav with a e sound, so le, vi, and then a yod to kind of finish it off with that y sound at the end. Le, vi. Ignore the cantillation mark, okay? Don't pay attention to the cantillation mark. Levi. Who is Levi? That's Levi, okay? Let's go to the next name. So we have Reuven, Shimon, Levi, and then we have Vav with a baby mouse. So he's saying V, Yud, Hey. This is he's catching the ball in the middle of his stomach, so he's saying U, and then a Dalet with a A sound, and a final Hey. So V, Ye, Hu, Da, V, Yehuda. So Yehuda is Judah. So this word right here is Judah, Yehuda. But if you notice this word right here, or this letter right here, this is just a way Hebrew uses the word and, okay? This is a connector. So it's a conjunction, okay? So it goes Reuben, Shimon, Levi, and Judah, okay? So I'll read it in Hebrew. Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, okay? Reuben, Shimon, Levi, and Judah. All right? Let's see if we're right. Yeah, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. We'll do one more list of names, and then I think you guys are going to be ready to move on to something else here. Yud with a baby mouse says Yi, Sin, Yisa. I think this is actually a scribal error. I need to look it up, but I think this is actually an anomaly to have this double sheen here, but I need to look it up and see. So this would actually go Yisa. Let's skip this because I think this is something that the scribes put in there. It's either a scribal error or it's something that they put in there to tell us something about the name Yisakar. But just ignore that for now. Yisa, Kaf, with a kametz under it, and then a resh. Yisakar. Okay, Yisakar. Or we say in English, Issachar. So the next word here is Zion with a shiva under it. And then it goes Veit with the U sound right after it. And then we have a Lamed, makes an L sound. And he's going to say Lu, see that vowel there? Lu. And then a final noon. So it goes Zevulun is how you pronounce his name more correctly. Zevulun, which is in English we say Zebulun, but it's Zevulun. Okay? So we have Yisakar, Zevulun, and who do we have next? Uv. This would typically be like a bait sound, but here it's more like a V sound. Uvin, ya, uvin, ya, min, Vinyamin. Vinyamin, it would be Binyamin. Binyamin. This is just a connector. This is a conjunction. So really, I just want you to look at this word right here. Binyamin. Binyamin, which means the son of my days. The son of my days. Okay? Bin is son. Son. Yam. Binyamin is son of my days. Okay? So the list keeps going through the whole 12 tribes, but I would encourage you guys, if you find the time, to try to read the rest of these and see how you do, okay? Working through these names is really fun because you know how they should be pronounced already. You don't need the transliteration necessarily, all right? So with that being said, this is Safaria. This is a really great website, and I highly recommend it for your studies, your own personal studies. The next thing I want to take you guys over to show you is something I also use almost on a daily basis. And that is BibleHub.com. And here's why I love this. We can go to Exodus 1:1. It gives us all the different translations of this one verse by all the mainstream translations that are out there. You don't have any of these Messianic or Hebraic translations necessarily, but at the same time, it's still a good translation, or it's still good to see all the different translations and how they're translated. So if you wanted to see the Hebrew behind this, all you do is you scroll up and you click on the word Strong's. Okay, Strong's. Strong is a guy who made a concordance of the Bible. Or I'm sorry, you don't click on Strong's, you click on Hebrew. On Hebrew, okay? Now this takes us to Exodus 1:1, all in Hebrew. We can zoom in and we have a transliteration here, transliteration, and then these are the Strong's number and everything else. This is really going to take you far in your Bible study if you want to dig deep into some Bible study. And I'll show you how, okay? This is Ve'ele Shemot B'nai Yisrael, okay? So you see it also has it's a pronoun, a noun, a verb. I think this is really cool. Ve'ele, Shemot. Let's see the word Shemot. Let's see what it means. So I'm going to click on the Strong's here. It says Shem, name, an uncertain derivation. Okay? It can also mean a byword, defamed. I want to take you back over here and show you. Let's see how many times it's used and how it's translated. So the first time it's ever used is in Genesis 2:11. The name of the first is Pishon. Okay, Genesis 2:13. The name of the second river. The name of the third river. A living creature. That was its name. So it shows you all the different uses of the word Shem in the Hebrew, okay? And it goes all the way through the entire Hebrew Bible. It tells you it's used 864 times in the Hebrew Bible, in the Tanakh, okay? This is a really great study tool. And I use this every time I study for a teaching on Saturdays that I'm going to be giving. I go to BibleHub.com and I use this in some way or some form. Okay? Next I want to take you over to another website. This is, I think I showed this to you on Saturday. This is bible.ort.org, and this is a great website if you want to work on your Hebrew. And this is, let's go to Exodus, and we were just talking about Shemot, and here it is, right here in Hebrew. And then we have the transliteration as well. But also you can click on this little speaker right here, and you'll hear a guy cant it for you. He'll actually sing it. But it's interesting. It's a weird cancellation. This is Ve'ele Shemot B'nai Yisrael. Okay? Ve'ele, here's a transliteration. Ve'ele Shemot B'nai Yisrael. Haba'im Mitzrayma. Et Yaakov Ish Uveto Ba'u. Okay? And it gives you transliteration. This is what it looks like without vowel points. But really, BibleHub.com has all of this. The only thing BibleHub.com does not have is it's divided out by Torah portions, which is nice. You see all the Torah portions here. And then it has the audio, which might not be all that helpful actually. Okay, this is bible.org.org. The next thing I want to show you I'm just throwing a bunch of resources at you here so you can continue your study even after Beginner's Hebrew is over. This is, actually, let's not go here yet. I want to take you to YouTube, and what you want to do is you want to type in Mayim Fedalizo, and she's given me permission to use her videos in this context, but what she has done, she's recorded videos of her reading through most of the Torah portions, not all of them, well, not even most of them really, just maybe a couple dozen of them. She's read through them, and she does a really good job of it, going just line by line, verse by verse, and explaining. I'm looking for Shemot. Tell me if you see Shemot. There it is right there. I want to give you kind of a glimpse of how she does this, and you might come to her channel once a week.
Welcome to Hebrew with Mayim. In this accent of this word is on the last syllable, so Haba'im. And this means those who came, okay? Ha is the, but we'll translate it as those, the ones who came. So Haba'im. The im part makes it plural. We know there's more than one person. And the ba is come or came. So Haba'im is those who came. Okay,
so this is she just goes verse by verse like I just did with you over back in Sepharia, and she takes the first couple of verses of each Torah portion and goes verse by verse, line by line, letter by letter, and shows you how to pronounce them all. So she does that with every Torah portion. It's really good. She does a really good job of teaching. And then she goes through and cants them. She actually sings them for you as well and shows you how they are to be sung, which is a little bit more advanced than what you're looking for right now. Okay? That's Mayim Fedalizo, and you want to check her out on YouTube. Alright? The next thing I want to take you, and the last thing I want to take you over to do, is to show you something that I love. I love to geek out on this. You go to this website here. You don't have to type in all of this, just the highlighted portion would be enough. Or you can also just Google Dead Sea Scrolls, digital Dead Sea Scrolls. If you just Google that, this will come up. Okay? And what you want to do is click on the Isaiah scroll, the Great Isaiah scroll. And these are Dead Sea Scrolls that were found 2,000. They were made 2,000 years ago. They were written down on parchment and found in the late 1940s and 50s. They were found in the caves of Qumran, right on the shore of the Dead Sea. They were more than likely copied and written down by a group of Jews who called themselves the Essenes. And they were a group of could be equivalent to the way we think of the Puritans. And the Puritans were like a pure sect of Christianity. They wanted to separate themselves. They were a separatist sect. So same thing with the Essenes. The Essenes were a separatist sect of Jews who didn't like what was going on in the temple, in the temple worship system. They thought it was corrupt and they wanted to withdraw from that. So they just went out to these caves. They lived in these caves in this communal setting, and they just started copying Torah. They knew that Messiah was coming soon. That they called him the teacher of righteousness, and they wrote these really fascinating. Lived in a very, very tight-knit community. But anyways, they also copied down the scroll of Isaiah, and this is called the Great Isaiah Scroll. This is the oldest scroll, the oldest manuscript of the book of Isaiah that we have in existence right now. So I like this because you can click on the various verses here and see the translations and everything. Well, it's supposed to, there it is. So, who has believed our message, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? Let's get down a little bit here. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth, like a lamb that is led to slaughter, as a sheep that before its shearers is silent, so he did not open his mouth. Isn't that interesting? So you can go through and you can actually see their translations. The other thing that's really fun to do is you can zoom way in on this text. This is so cool, because someone wrote this. This is handwriting from 2,000 years ago. And the part that I really like about this is that you can see the pores on the skin, of the animal that is probably written on like cowhide or sheep hide. you can see the actual skin, you know, it's just amazing that it's preserved that long. They say just the dry heat and the air, the lack of humidity where these were stored was just a perfect place to store something like this. But look at the Hebrew, it's so fascinating. Can you read that? I mean, can you even come close to reading that? It's really, really difficult to read, isn't it? It's a lot different. Hebrew looked different 2,000 years ago. You know, I might be able to make this out. This is like, I don't know, venasa, I don't know. This is definitely a mem here. This is definitely an aleph. And this is definitely a sheen and an aleph. So there's some things that I can make out, or some things that I cannot make out. I think this maybe is shemayu or shema'o. I don't know. So it's very fascinating. You can see where they kind of glue the pages together and stuff too. But that's 2,000-year-old stuff right there. Just so cool. And anyways, there's other texts that you can look at here in this library, but they have a lot of great videos and resources and stuff you can see with the Dead Sea Scrolls. I many years ago really geeked out on the Dead Sea community, on the Qumran community, and their writings and their commentaries. Very fascinating group of people. You know, some people try to link Yeshua to being one of the Essenes, or maybe lived at the caves of Qumran. There is just not enough proof, really. It's just all speculation, and I don't really personally, I don't believe it. But a lot of people maybe think maybe John the Baptist was an Essene and spent some time in the caves of Qumran, but again, it's all just speculation. Anyways, I wanted to show that to you guys. So with that being said, that's kind of all I have for you for Hebrew lesson today. Maybe we'll go back through the alphabet one more time, and then kind of back out using the vowels here. Let's do the vowels, and then we'll do the Hebrew alphabet, and then we'll be done with this lesson, okay? So we have a vav with a cholam is a bo, a boo, boo, be, 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 ba, okay? Bo, boo, boo, be, be, ba, ba. Alright? Good job. Let's go to the alphabet here. Pull this up, and then we'll go right to left. We'll go through this, let's go through this twice. Aleph, Beit, Gimel, Dalet, He, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Pei, Tzadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tav. Alright, one more time. Aleph, Beit, Gimel, Dalet, He, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Pei, Tzadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tav. Good job. 22 letters. You want to commit those to memory. So you guys have you've officially completed Lesson 6 of Beginner's Hebrew. Lesson 6 of Beginner's Hebrew. And we got one more lesson, and then you're all done with Beginner's Hebrew. And so I'm really proud of you guys. Everyone's been doing a great job learning an entirely new, not only entirely new language from starters, but an ancient language, which is just incredible. And so I really want you guys to pat yourselves on the back, and I can't say it enough that I'm proud of everyone for hanging in there with me. I didn't think that, you know, we would have this many people hanging in there that long. So it's really a testament to how dedicated and how hungry you guys are to learn this language. And so I believe that you will be a better disciple of Yeshua because of this, and that it will connect you more with our master and our rabbi by learning the language in which he would have read his scriptures, and in which he spoke, in which he would have prayed. So thank you guys so much for hanging in there. Darth Vader says, have a nice day, and don't forget to keep practicing throughout the week. We'll see you guys Saturday, August 25th. That'll be our final Hebrew lesson. All right, guys. Shalom. Have a nice day.